What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and today I'm going to talk about challenges. And life is going to throw challenges at you. You're going to be challenged, and especially if you are on the spiritual path and you're not doing the thing that everybody else is doing, and you're not within the mainstream, and you're thinking differently, and you sort of see more than this physical world, you will especially have a lot of challenges. But even if you're not doing all that and you're just living a normal life, you're still going to have challenges thrown at you. You know, that's just part of life. You're going to be challenged and tested, but especially if you're on the true spiritual path, though, the true path of God, you'll be challenged like crazy. I can just tell you in my own life, I had identity theft happen to me a couple months back. That was fun, $5,000 in identity theft, but whatever. We got it cleared up. It's all good. And, you know, the worst of it, though, has just been narcissists and backstabbers and fake friends and just people that I thought were cool but turned out to be crazy and weird. And I had a lot of these people around me who were inserted into my life, you know, I thought were friends. They were there as coworkers. They were just everywhere. And I had all these people challenging me, trying to, like, take me out and mess with me and stab me in the back and stuff. And that was the worst of it. Most recently, this is going to sound kind of gross, but I developed like a cyst, you know, in my freaking right butt cheek. I'm not even kidding. This thing was like pushing on my tailbone. It was making my leg making my leg feel numb. It was keeping me up at night. I went to the doctor, got some antibiotics, whatever, prayed on it, meditated on it, did all that, and it's doing better. It's not bothering me as much. It's not pushing on my tailbone anymore, but it's a pain in the ass, literally. I have this literal pain in my ass. And you know, I was talking to my boss at work, who's a cool guy, and he made that joke, and I was like, yeah, brother, I literally have that. But you're just gonna have this stuff come up, and it's just a pain in the butt for me, literally. Right, this is a literal pain in the butt, and you're gonna have to deal with it. You know, with the identity theft thing, I had to make calls and call this bank and freeze my credit and do all this crap and make a police report, and that was really stressful. This thing here, I just popped into an urgent care thing. Hopefully my medical bills aren't too bad, but did that, and they got me rolling pretty quickly with the prescription, and you know, I think the situation's gonna be fine. But it's just this stuff, we got to deal with it. You know, we have to roll with it and deal with it, and we're going to be challenged and tested. It's part of the journey of life. And before a lot of big breakthroughs, especially, like, we get challenged and tested. Like before my channel blew up from about 1,000 subscribers to 11,000, so literally 10x'd, I had this identity theft thing happen, and I got a really bad cold or something, and I was just like, man, like, what's going on? Like, I'm just being hit by everything. But we often get hit hardest by the devil when we are right close to reaching our goal. You know, they say a bomber takes the most flack when, you know, you're right over the target. That's just kind of how it is. So before your biggest breakthrough, you might just have a bunch of crazy crap happen. The devil's just desperately, in a last-ditch effort, trying to mess with you. You know, it's like the book of Job. It's like the book of Job. You know, we have these tests that we have to deal with, but you're going to overcome your tests and challenges. And the thing is, a few years ago, this type of stuff would have stunk me and destroyed me, and I would have fallen into a pit of despair, and I would have just wanted to cry and, you know, whatever. And the thing is, I've talked to certain people, and, you know, I've had my stories and my stuff I've gone through, but a lot of people and a lot of y'all listening to this are going through even crazier stuff than I am. And whatever it is, like, God is with you. You can do it. You can get past it. You know, don't trip out about it. Keep rolling. And for me, what helped me a lot was, like, not having self-pity. You know, because I just had this thing happen. I have this freaking cyst, and it's pushing on my tailbone. It's making my back hurt, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm like, man, this thing sucks. I have this freaking cyst, and I'm taking these antibiotics, and, you know, I just got this crap I'm dealing with, and I started to really feel sorry for myself. And then I just, like, told myself, hey, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm not going to try to get people's sympathy. I'm not going to, you know, cry about it and act like my life's so hard. I'm just going to go forward. And I can tell y'all, I could literally feel that cyst drain and become smaller. Like a miracle happened. It's still there. It's still bothering me. It's still annoying. It's still a pain, but I literally felt it like become smaller. And I could feel it the next day, and I was like, this thing has gotten significantly smaller. Like, holy God, you know? Just by that thought process of saying, I'm not going to wallow in self-pity and be a big victim about this. I can feel a little sad about it. I can feel a little bit weird about it, whatever. For the most part, I just gotta laugh it off. It's just funny at this point. It's just funny. Like the stuff that happens, it's just comical. It's just funny. It's just comedy at this point. But when you're having a lot of bad stuff happen to you, you know, there is some sorrow. There is some tears you will cry. You know, that's natural. That's part of it. But just, you don't want to just like be this, like, I'm a victim. My life's so hard. I'm helpless. There's nothing I can do about it, you know? And sometimes you are helpless. Sometimes there's not anything you can do about it. But you just got to move forward. Try to keep a good attitude. And, you know, you don't need to be toxic, positive, or like fake happy all the time or whatever. But just try to look on the bright side as best you can. Try not to be too down in the dumps about this stuff, and just you. I mean, in the end of the day, you can feel how you want to feel. Just like move forward. You don't have to be happy, you know. You try to be happy as best you can, but sometimes you're grieving. Sometimes you're genuinely sad about stuff. Sometimes it's like, man, like you feel this stuff, and you know, for me, it's like I cry these dry tears, you know, behind my eyes. Which is like, man. But once I cry that tear, that dry tear, I got to move forward. I just got to keep rolling, you know? And it doesn't mean I have to, like, you know, not rest or just grind myself down. But, you know, ultimately, in the end of the day, I have to get forward. I have to get, like, positive momentum. I have to get the ball rolling. I can't stay stuck. A few years ago, I felt stuck. I felt stuck in the mud. I felt trapped. And you don't want to have that stuck, trapped feeling. Just whatever crap you're going through, just keep going through it, you know? You know, it's like you're going through the crap, but there's a field of green not too far away. But you're going to have to crawl through a little bit more crap to get there. You know? It's just what it is. And life's just going to throw stuff at you. You know, maybe your car gets a flat tire or whatever. Your car gets a flat tire and it's a rainstorm outside. And you can sit in your car, or you can go, oh man, oh gosh, or you can get out of your car, you can change that freaking flat tire, you can get wet, whatever, get soaked. Just get the stuff done, or call a tow truck, or call AAA, or call a friend, or whatever. Get out the jack, put on the spare tire, take it to the shop, get a new tire put on. My point is, like, you're going to hit these setbacks. You're going to hit setbacks, you're going to have stuff happen to you. You're going to have BS, you know, go on. But what do you do about it? What do you do about it? Do you sit down in that pile of crap and just wallow it in and go, oh, I'm just going to wallow in the mud? Or do you go, no, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to, you know, head toward that green hill and get out of this mud and get out of this situation? And, you know, like, God showed me I'd be tested. Like, I remember when I was going through that identity theft thing, I prayed a little bit, and I was like, man, God, this sucks. Like, what's going on here? And he kind of put it in my heart that he said, hey, this is the worst of it right now. You've gotten through the worst of it, but there's going to be more stuff that's going to happen. Stuff is going to come up. Like, I lost 2 credit cards randomly. I never lose credit cards. I had that happen. I lost some credit cards, you know, and I had to call the bank and cancel them and go through that rigmarole. It wasn't too bad, but it's another thing I got to deal with. I have like a good amount of health issues too. I have celiac disease. I can't eat gluten. I was going through a lot of stomach pains, a lot of stomach aches that are starting to go away, like very recently. Like, I'm talking like within the past like few weeks, they're starting to go away. So that's a miracle. God bless. And also, like, I just have a lot less stressful of an environment. I have Raynaud's disease. If I go in the shower for like 10 minutes, my fingers get all wrinkled up like I was in the freaking pool for an hour or something. Maybe not quite an hour, maybe like 45 minutes. It's gotten better, but my fingers wrinkle up really fast in water, which is annoying. And, you know, I have asthma too. That hasn't been bothering me really at all lately, which is good. But, you know, like a few years ago, it was like I could barely breathe. And, you know, again, I prayed a lot over that and, you know, just pushed through it, and I could really feel like stuff being lifted off my lungs, literally. You know, there's real miracles out there, and this guy's trying to merge, but is kind of being stupid. I'm just gonna let him in, but yeah, there's real miracles out there, and, you know, with faith and belief, and, you know, with true prayer, you can have these things lifted off you, but it does take a lot of prayer and meditation, and sometimes the challenge is just there and you got to deal with it. And, you know, you have to take practical steps too. You can't just like be like, oh, I'm not even gonna go to the hospital, I'm not gonna go to the doctor, I'm just gonna pray about it. That's not always smart, you know. You got to be smart about stuff and deal with it in the way you need to deal with it. But I could literally feel like these medical issues being lifted off me. Like, my stomach would hurt every morning, all the time, just drive me crazy. And it's starting to really not hurt that much anymore. And it's directly related to the fact that I'm just not stressing out anymore. I'm not all stressed out and freaked out and anxious. I'm not as angry as I was. I'm not all freaking feeling all ashamed and weird anymore. I'm just feeling better and getting out of the mud. But, you know, there's going to be some little freaking whatever, a tree branch is going to snap and hit me in the head, whatever. There's going to be some stuff that's going to happen, you know, like what I'm going through now. But I'm not really despairing because I have faith in God, you know, and I know He's going to get me through this, and I know things are going to get better, so I'm not really despairing it. So, you know, try to be happy in the midst of your challenges as best you can, you know. It's okay to grieve, it's okay to be sad, that's totally fine, but just don't wallow in it, and yeah, you know, you can get through stuff. And I know a lot of y'all are going through crazy stuff that's worse than what I'm going through. I know that, you know. I know that a lot of y'all are going through bad stuff, hard stuff, rough stuff. And I just want to say that all y'all who are struggling, going through bad stuff, like, God be with you all. God help them through their struggles and help them through their challenges. And, you know, take heart, don't give up, have heart, just keep pushing through it, be a warrior. You know, have that kind of heart to where you just don't give up and you just keep moving forward, even if it's hard and you don't want to. You keep stepping forward and just keep moving forward, and eventually, you know, your chapter in the book of Job will be over, and you will, you know, be in the fields of green. So on that note, I'm going to end this video, but thank you all so much for watching. God bless, and I will see you all next time.